I'm just recording a quick video to show you the steps of how to do the assignment. So you can follow these instructions. The first step is to create an account in GitHub. So if you go to github.com, then you could create an account. There will be a sign up button. Right now I'm logged in. So there will be a sign up, and then click this link after you have an account. Make sure to verify your account in your email. Let me close my emails. And then after that, when you come here, it's kind of dark now, but yours will be bright. Then click here where it says fork. So let me zoom that in. It says fork here, click the fork. So when you click fork, it will give you these options. Just create fork. That's all you have to do. Okay, now we forked everything. That means we copied all the code. The next step is, and also we have all the steps here. So you can see fork first and then clone. So let's clone it. So cloning is just clicking here and then clicking there. You could also download it with a zip, but we also want to practice our terminal steps, basically what we're going to do in terminal. So open your terminal. If you have Windows, it would be Git Bash. Download Git Bash from the Git Bash website. So just put Git Bash download on Google. If you have a Mac, you just go here and search terminal, right? So you already have it in your system. Then after you open the terminal, you go here and then you have to go to the folder where you want to save it. So usually CD into like pictures, and then you could just clone it here. But for me, I have to go deeper into different folders. So I'll say CD Gebi, and then CD I'll say plus this folder. So let's clone it here. So we'll say git clone, and then you paste the link here. So whatever we copied here, this link, you paste it there, and then you hit enter on your keyboard. It will clone it for you. That means it will copy all the folders for you. So now if we open pictures, if we open Gebi and open here, you see that this folder is right here, week 2 advanced CSS, right? And then we open this with VS Code. But before we do that, let's CD into it. So you see the steps here, CD into your folder, right? And then create a branch, okay? So you're going to be using this command to create a branch. So let's do that. CD into, what is the folder called? Week 2. Okay. And then let's create a branch, git checkout B, and then it will be something like Duran Ali. Okay. So now let's go and open it with Visual Studio Code. So let's open it here. I don't have it here. And let me open my Visual Studio Code. I already have some code here open. Let me close that. So when you open your Visual Studio Code, it would look like something like this. I have a lot of stuff open. It will look like something like this. And then you just say open here, or you go to file and then open folder here. And then just look for that folder you just cloned. So this one, open it, and then here click open. Now you have all your code here. So let me zoom in. You have all your code here. What I will do next is I'll go to my previous project. So let's say for you it will be Fatima Restaurant. For me is, let's say, this project. So I'll just copy the HTML, all the HTML here, and paste it in the index.html folder right here. Save that, and then I need to copy the CSS and paste in here. So I'll copy CSS, paste it here. Okay. So now I have everything running. What I will do next is you could either use the Go Live, which is an extension you can install, or you could just go to the folder here and then double click or open the index.html in your browser. So you could say right click, open it, and then in your Chrome browser, or you could just double click it if you already have the browser as a default. As you can see, this is the project. And then from here on, you're going to start making it mobile friendly. basically responsive. And then when you're done with the changes, so let's say we're gonna make changes here. Let's add some fake changes. Let's delete the copyright. So now when we delete the copyright, you see here it shows some changes. We already made changes because we actually pasted something here. Then you could open the terminal. So if you, I don't know if you can see, but up at the top of the VS Code, there's a terminal. You could click a new terminal and it will open a integrated terminal here. If you don't have it selected, Git Bash, right? Click here and then select the Git Bash for Windows. For Mac, it will be by default, hopefully. And then here you could say Git status. It will show you we have a couple of things that you made changes to. I'll say git add dot, and then that will add it to the system. And then I'll say git commit m for message, and then I'll write message. I'll say something like added the code from code bin, right? And then that's it. And then we have to push this code. Pushing means we have to send this code to GitHub. So GitHub doesn't know right now that you made changes. You made changes to your code. So you have to say git push you origin, and then your branch. So it will be Durran Ali for me. So now it will say for me, it gave me this error, rejected. For me, the reason why I'm getting this error is because I already have another GitHub account connected to my computer. For you, you might not get this error, but if you get another error that's similar to it, or something like, something that will show you something like global, this message right here, it will say something, git config global, blah, blah, things like that. That means this is your first time of using GitHub. Or Git. So it will give you something like this. And then I will just type exactly like this command right here. Type this command here. It will say git config -- global user.name, and then just your name. So it will say some Durran Ali here, and then git config -- global user.email. So you just type all this in your terminal here, right here, like that. And then you just change your information here, right? That means you're introducing GitHub to your or Git to your computer. I'll say GitHub. It's not Git. GitHub to your computer. So these two commands is what you need if you get error like that. For me, I was having an issue with this problem, but I figured out the problem, and now if I try to push my code, it will send me to GitHub. It will ask me, do you want to log into GitHub? For you, it might not say that. So just keep that in mind. And then you authenticate it, basically allowing your computer to connect with GitHub. And then VS Code is going to verify that, and everything looks good now. So this means this is a confirmation that your code was sent to GitHub. So if we go back to GitHub, as you can see now, it pops up this message that's saying you just pushed some changes. Do you want to make a pull request? So, and if you look at, once you make a pull request, you'll see that your branch is going to appear. So my branch is Durran Ali. So let's create a pull request. Click here. Make sure the main important thing about the pull request is changing this to your branch or your repository. Right now it says Gibby/W3. Week 2. Make sure you change it to yours. So I'll change to mine right here. So right there. So this means right now it's gonna send the changes to my GitHub instead of the school's GitHub. So this will make it so that if it sends to the school GitHub, then it's going to be hard for me to track your changes. So then once you're done with that, you could change this message if you want. Make sure you add me as a reviewer. If you don't have me here, that's fine. You could still just go ahead and create a pull request. You could go to settings and add me as a collaborator, but it's not necessary. So just to make sure, if you're at this step and you want to add me as a collaborator, you don't have to. You could just create a pull request and then send me the link to your project. So let's create a pull request. So now it's going to create this pull request. It's basically saying your changes are now ready to be reviewed. Don't merge. If you merge, it means I will not know the changes you made. I mean, I could know, but it means you decided your changes are correct. So, and that's not usually when you're working, that's not how it should be when you're working with a team. So now from here on, you could go to here, go back to the code, and you see your branch here. Go to your branch, copy this code. This means you finished your changes and you're done with the project. Then now you could submit your assignment, right? And then paste the link here and then send me that. So week 2, and then fill out this information and then send me that way, right? So that's kind of like the process. And from here on, we're going to be doing every assignment like this. I'm going to be giving you a GitHub repository basically, and then you have to fork it, clone it, and then work on it, push it, and then create a new branch, create a pull request, and then send me that branch. Okay, so that's the instruction. I don't want to make it long. Hopefully that helps.